happening right now. Dejonai Carrington is looking around the room like, oh my God, I've never been in this much fire. I mean, it's getting so bad that now her endorsements are potentially about to pull out on representing Dejonai Carrington. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the tribe, like the video. Please hype the video because we only get just a little bit of high points over here, man. But with all of that being said,
listen up, basketball fans, because what unfolded next was nothing short of explosive. The WNBA had already been packed with tension, controversy, and non-stop physical battles, but this night took everything to another level. We're talking about a shocking referee decision, a heated confrontation, a superstar caught in the middle of a suspension storm, and a head coach pushed to the absolute limit. Clark was about to deliver a reality check that would send shockwaves through the league. So don't look away, because this story gets crazier with every possession. It's August 8th, 2026, and the Indiana Fever are battling the Chicago Sky in a game where the intensity is already through the roof. Then in the opening quarter, everything suddenly explodes. Sophie Cunningham breaks free for what looks like an easy fast break layup, but Dejonai Carrington comes charging from behind with tremendous force. Boom! Carrington makes violent contact around Cunningham's head and neck area, sending her crashing onto the hardwood just as the ball drops through the basket. Cunningham immediately springs back up, furious, and confronts Carrington as teammates rush between them. The entire building erupts. Officials head to the monitor and begin dissecting every angle, looking at the force, the wind-up, and the follow-through. After the review, the verdict is devastating. The contact is upgraded to a flagrant 2 because of the severe head and neck impact. Carrington is ejected on the spot, and Fever coach Stephanie White agrees the dangerous foul deserved the call. But unbelievably, the night is only getting started.
Critical thinking skills. I know you study psychology. Furthermore, I'm the last thing from ignorant or asinine when it comes to speaking on white privilege. Do your research on that one. I actually went to school, one of the top universities, might I add, to educate myself on this exact subject. I would never use that term as a rhetorical weapon, knowing the historical and social weight it holds without having the proper evidence to sustain it. So she's replying back to Speakeasy. So what did Emmanuel Acho and them say to kind of garner her to go off like this?
DiJonai Carrington made a basketball play, and the refs made a basketball ruling. So can we stick to basketball for a moment? Basketball play. She was attempting to go for the ball. At least she said so. She missed, and she missed egregiously. She missed, and she flagrantly hit Sophie Cunningham in the head. Now, flagrant 2, by definition, if you hit somebody with so much force that it could lead to injury, and if it doesn't appear to be a play on the ball. Though Dejonai's intention was to play the ball, her impact was...
Because just minutes after Carrington is sent into the locker room, she takes the confrontation somewhere the officials can't control, the internet. While the game is still unfolding, Carrington posts 2 explosive words that instantly ignite social media: white privilege. She tags the Indiana Fever, and within moments, the internet is in complete chaos. Suddenly, this isn't merely a debate about a hard foul anymore. The situation explodes into a much larger cultural argument, with fans instantly taking sides. Sophie Cunningham's own history of outspoken off-court opinions adds even more fuel to an already raging fire. Supporters and critics flood social media, accusing Carrington of hypocrisy, demanding consequences, and calling for the league to respond. But then the controversy reaches an entirely different level. Fans don't just target the WNBA, they start going directly after Carrington's corporate relationships. Carrington signed a major multi-year ambassador partnership with Reebok in 2025, turning the deal into one of the biggest business opportunities of her career. Now, angry fans are tagging the brand, calling for boycotts, and demanding that Reebok reconsider its relationship with her. But here's the important distinction: Reebok has not officially terminated Carrington's contract. Still, the pressure is enormous. The controversy is spreading rapidly, the public relations nightmare is growing by the hour. And Carrington's reputation and potentially her future earning power has suddenly become part of the conversation.
A lot of BS going on from these players. And I'm telling you right now, more players need to lose brand deals when they do stupidity, especially to Caitlin Clark. I don't know who the hell Alyssa Thomas got, but she got somebody. And I'm telling you right now, them brand deals need to be affected. And possibly, I believe all of these little incidents that has been happening in these games got to be affecting these players' brands, because Reebok is, from what I'm hearing, they close to pulling out on Dejonai Carrington. Let me show y'all something real quick. Oh yeah, this is very much true. This is super duper real, and I love it. Oh my God, I love this. Oh yes, yes, yes. Hit them where it hurt. Hit them in the pockets, bro. Now, this is a report that has come out. Let me blow it all the way up for y'all so y'all can see this. It says, perfect. Good job, Reebok, for having morals clause in her contract and enforcing by pulling it. Carrington is a bully that the league apparently is protecting. Wake up, WNBA, before someone get really hurt. You'll get sued because we Americans won't stand for the abuse. Now, it states here, Reebok is reportedly dropping their endorsement for Dejonai Carrington after she attacked Sophie Cunningham. Let's go.
And just when you thought the chaos couldn't possibly get worse, the officiating controversy explodes again. This time, Caitlin Clark is at the center of it. By the third quarter, Clark is battling through Chicago's relentless defensive pressure when a chaotic sequence sends her stumbling toward the sideline. Natasha Cloud's defensive pressure forces Clark out of bounds, and during the scramble, Clark accidentally makes contact with an official. Then comes the whistle, and the arena instantly erupts when the referee signals a technical foul on Clark. That decision carries massive consequences. It is reportedly Clark's 8th technical of the regular season, which would trigger an automatic 1-game suspension and potentially sideline Indiana's superstar for its next massive matchup against the New York Liberty. Panic spreads across the Fever bench, fans rain down boos, and Stephanie White completely loses her patience. The Fever coach receives a technical of her own while furiously arguing that the contact was clearly accidental and happened during an uncontrolled movement out of bounds. Social media immediately catches fire, with fans questioning the officiating and accusing the officials of treating Clark unfairly. But then Clark herself steps into the storm. Instead of launching an emotional rant, she delivers a calm but powerful message after the game. Clark explains that the referee claimed she ran into her, but she had already watched the replay and believed the league should examine the footage. She emphasized that the contact was incidental and that there were no angry words exchanged. In one interview, Clark had suddenly turned a controversial whistle into a direct challenge for the league to examine its own officiating.
You, on the other hand, you are sitting here trying to play as if you're a victim, and the people are just intentionally looking for a reason to attack you. Oh no, the people just are looking for a reason to divide us. No, oh no, it's not because I don't stand up for the players on my roster. That's not why. What? Now you're trying to make yourself a victim.
Another of keeping the main thing, of understanding that there are a lot of folks out there who want to divide us. That there are a lot of folks out there who want to create more challenges for us. And in our locker room, we do a really good job of keeping that outside the locker room and pulling for one another. I mean, you guys see it. The vibes are always pretty good in here. I'm proud of them for that. And I think, outside of even just the sport and outside of the job, it serves great life lessons for us as well.
Yo, this lady needs to be fired. She's horrible. She's absolutely horrible at her job. She's not a leader. She does not have her team's back. It's disgusting. And she's sitting here now trying to play victim. Oh no, these are just people trying to divide our locker room. No, you divided the locker room when you decide you want to back Alyssa Thomas and Dejonai Carrington over Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. 2 dirty ass plays happen. You don't want to call it out. We know why. I know your alliance to them with the letter mafia. I get it. But don't make it seem like people are making things up to divide the locker room. Knock it off. Have some accountability for a change. It's disgusting. Dan Dockett sounded off on her.
Have never seen this in my life. going back to 6th, 5th grade when I started playing basketball. A coach not defending her own player when an opponent clotheslines them, bloodies their face, and basically starts a riot by cheap-shotting their own player. And the coach defends the assault, the assailant. What are we doing now? Remember, Stephanie White is the dimmest of dim. She has this look about her when she speaks. Stephanie White said she wasn't educated enough to know the difference between a dick and a pee-pee. Well, she was married to a dude and I think had a kid, so she knows what the pee-pee is. And she's scissoring with at Salters lady, Lisa Salters, so she knows what the vajayjay is, but she's not educated enough on the biology. This one.
But let her tell it. We're just trying to divide the locker room. She got on camera and did and said these things. She got on camera and stood up for Dejonai Carrington, not Sophie Cunningham. She got on camera and stood up for Alyssa Thomas, not Caitlin Clark. She got on camera and said she doesn't understand the scientific method and the x-axis and the y-axis and how x plus y equals z, because that tells you.
And then came the twist that nobody saw coming. The WNBA reviewed the controversial sequence, and the decision that followed completely changed the story. Just hours after the game, league officials announced that Caitlin Clark's technical foul had been rescinded, eliminating the automatic suspension. The massive punishment hanging over Indiana suddenly disappeared. For Clark and the Fever, it was a huge development, and for critics of the officiating, it raised even more questions about how the original call had been made. But perhaps the most unbelievable part is what happened next. While Dejonai Carrington was dealing with an exploding online controversy, and Sophie Cunningham was caught in the middle of the chaos, Clark and Cunningham didn't need to win the argument on social media. They won it on the scoreboard. Indiana walked away with a dramatic 90-86 victory over Chicago, and Clark finished with an incredible 26 points and 11 assists. While the controversy dominated headlines, the Fever kept their focus on basketball, collecting another major win and continuing to build momentum. The bigger picture is impossible to ignore. The WNBA's competition, officiating debates, player rivalries, social media battles, and business relationships are colliding in ways that can change the narrative in a matter of minutes. Now I want to hear from you. Should Reebok take action over the Carrington controversy? And was Caitlin Clark right to challenge the league's officiating? Drop your strongest opinion in the comments, and if you want the next chapter of this WNBA drama, hit subscribe.